The microscopic world reveals astonishing details of everyday and not-so-everyday objects. When placed under a microscope, ordinary items can appear surreal, intricate, or unexpectedly beautiful. These images not only captivate the eye, but also deepen our understanding of biology, materials, and natural design. Discover 7 ordinary objects turned extraordinary through microscopic vision. As we magnify into these stunning images, subscribe to Information Thin for amazing science, and share with curious friends. Look, number 5 reveals a secret world you have to see to believe. Number 7. Tapeworm head. Viewed under a microscope, the head of a tapeworm, or scolex, reveals specialized structures used for attaching to a host's intestinal wall. Hooklets and suckers are clearly visible, demonstrating adaptations for a parasitic lifestyle. The level of detail underscores the complexity of even seemingly simple organisms. This view is often used in parasitology courses to help students and medical professionals identify species and understand their anatomy. The scanning electron microscope images show circular suckers that look like rounded craters surrounded by muscular tissue. Tiny hooklets arranged in circular patterns resemble miniature thorns designed to anchor the parasite securely. The anterior end features a specialized protrusion called the rostellum, which can extend and retract like a small probe. These anatomical features explain why tapeworms can maintain their position in the fast-moving environment of the human digestive system for years. Number 6. Salt crystal. Kosher salt under magnification displays clean, geometric crystals with sharp, defined edges. The chunky, irregular shapes result from a purification and evaporation process. Unlike finely ground table salt, these crystals reflect how structure affects dissolution and seasoning properties. This crystalline form is why many chefs prefer it for pinching and controlling seasoning by hand. The cubic crystal structure reflects the internal arrangement of sodium and chloride ions in a perfect lattice formation. Under polarized light microscopy, the crystals display beautiful interference colors that reveal internal stress patterns and impurities. Number 5. Citrus juice. When viewed closely, orange juice is shown to contain suspended pulp, cellular structures, and tiny droplets of essential oils. These components contribute to its flavor, aroma, and nutritional content. The complex mixture illustrates why freshly squeezed juice tastes different from homogenized, store-bought versions. Microscopic analysis can also detect pasteurization effects or added preservatives. The juice contains vesicles from the fruit's endocarp that burst during squeezing, releasing their liquid content and creating the characteristic cloudy appearance. Tiny oil glands from the orange peel often contaminate the juice during processing, adding aromatic compounds that enhance the flavor profile. Under high magnification, vitamin C crystals can sometimes be observed as tiny, needle-like structures suspended in the liquid. Pasteurization causes visible changes to the protein structures and cellular materials, which explains the taste difference between fresh and processed juices. Number 4. Feather barb. A peacock feather under a microscope reveals an array of tiny, flat barbules with even smaller, crystal-like structures. These interact with light, creating the iridescent blues and greens seen with the naked eye. The precise arrangement is an example of structural coloration, where color comes from physical form rather than pigments. This natural nanotechnology has inspired designs in optics and materials science. Each barbule contains melanin rods, arranged in a square lattice pattern with precise spacing that creates constructive interference for specific wavelengths of light. The spacing between these microscopic structures determines which colors are amplified and reflected to the viewer's eye. When viewed from different angles, the color appears to shift due to changes in the light interference pattern. This biological photonic crystal structure is so efficient that engineers have copied it to create iridescent paints and anti-counterfeiting features for currency. Number 3. Record grooves. Magnification of a vinyl record shows hills and valleys, the physical grooves that store sound. A stylus travels these contours, vibrating to reproduce audio signals. This analog storage method contrasts sharply with today's digital formats. Wear and dust are also visible at this scale, explaining how scratches affect playback quality. The grooves appear as canyons winding in complex patterns that correspond to the audio waveform, with lateral motion representing mono signals and vertical motion for stereo channels. Under electron microscopy, you can see the minute wear patterns where previous plays have smoothed the sharp edges of the groove walls. Dust particles appear as boulders blocking the path of the stylus, causing pops and clicks during playback. The microscopic view reveals why proper cleaning and storage are essential for preserving the delicate groove structure and maintaining sound quality over time. Number 2. Chalk grains. Under the microscope, chalk is shown to be composed of countless tiny fossilized shells and skeletal fragments of marine plankton. These remains, called coccoliths, accumulated over millennia at the bottom of ancient seas. The porous, granular structure explains why chalk is brittle and crumbles easily. This view offers a direct look into Earth's geological and biological history. Individual coccolithophores display intricate wheel-like structures with complex patterns of calcium carbonate plates that formed their protective covering. The microscopic fossils represent different species that flourished in the Cretaceous seas millions of years ago. The porous nature of chalk becomes evident as empty spaces between the skeletal fragments create capillary channels that absorb moisture. This microscopic structure explains why chalk leaves marks on surfaces. The fragile connections between particles break easily under pressure, transferring material to the writing surface. Number 1. Skin denticles. Shark skin appears smooth to the eye, but under magnification, it's covered in tooth-like scales called dermal denticles. These reduce drag and turbulence, helping sharks move swiftly and silently through water. The textured surface also discourages parasites and algae growth. Engineers have studied this pattern to design more efficient swimsuits, boat coatings, and aircraft surfaces. Each denticle features longitudinal ridges that channel water flow, reducing drag by preventing turbulence and vortex formation. The overlapping pattern resembles medieval armor, providing protection while maintaining flexibility. The sharp, backward-pointing tips make it difficult for parasites to attach and for barnacles to gain a foothold. The microscopic texture has been replicated in synthetic materials for Olympic swimsuits that helped break world records by reducing drag in competitive swimming.